Another defender's covering, and another one, and another one. I know it's thankless work, and it's hard, but you have to do that against someone as great as him.
And they might well be counting down the minutes, Switzerland. Argentina will be doing the same, but for entirely different reasons. One of them will feel like the time is racing by, and the other will sense that it is slowed down. Montiel. Messi. He wants the free kick, and Argentina almost stopped to make sure that they get that free kick. And you know why? It's in Messi range.
It's just a question, but if they have possession of the ball, shouldn't you play on instead of calling the free kick? He gets rid of the ball. It is a foul. He puts his body into him. But then Argentina had the ball to play on.
And this spells caution for Switzerland.
I think Koval will be quite happy that it's the distance it is. Not saying that Lionel Messi doesn't have the quality to score from here. At least it'll give Koval a good chance at a sight of the ball.
The brilliant cogs are whirring. Is this going to be another special Lionel Messi moment? Straight into the Swiss wall. Paredes. Paredes will continue here. Armada, McAllister. Messi. Switzerland are playing with 10, and Argentina right now are playing with 10 as well. Not entirely sure, but I think that's Nico Gonzalez who is sat down. One way, blue and white traffic. McAllister. Far too much on that cross from him.
And again, Switzerland will be happy that this is rolled out of play. That was a scrape with the studs. Inadvertent, not meant. Very painful.
He's picked himself up now, the Atletico Madrid player, or at least he has been with Atletico Madrid this season on loan from Juventus. And in the final seconds of this first half of extra time, at the moment, as was the case there from Yashari, everything from Switzerland is from range and is full of hope and not much more.
That one there and Xhaka's earlier. But just to tick those extra seconds off the clock, I think will be a welcome sign for them.
60 seconds at the end of this first half of extra time. Still deliciously poised as Messi swings it in for Argentina. It's back across goal and away from danger. Still not moving Gonzalez, but he moved quick enough to almost provide an assist there. Paredes. Romero. McAllister. Montiel. Lisandro Martinez. Just back in by Gonzalez and behind for an Argentina corner, but they haven't got long to take it. Beyond the one additional minutes at the end of this first half of extra time, Messi. His corner. Over the bar by Romero. And now we are only 15 minutes away from penalties. Switzerland remains stubborn, sticking to their task, having been down to 10 since the red card for Mbolo in the 72nd minute. The legs might be weary, but the minds really need to be focused now if they are to cause the greatest shock, perhaps of this tournament so far. It remains at half-time of extra time. Argentina, well, they've tried to be quite deliberate, haven't they, Argentina? I mean, to their credit, there isn't a sense of panic about their play.
No, they use the man advantage very well, but that's also because of how good Lionel Messi is, how confident he is, how experienced he is, and he runs the pace of that. I thought Switzerland really navigated the first 15-minute period well. I think going into this second 15-minute period, they should probably put it into two blocks. First 5, second 5, and final 5. And if they can somehow, some way, get a set piece, a corner, a counter-attack, and try to get a second goal. But other than that, they're just going to have to try to limit the chances that Argentina get. And at all costs, just try to keep Lionel Messi off his left foot, which is much, much easier said than done.
And they're in the right shade of red around these parts to ensure you have the locals on your side. This is the home of NFL's Kansas City Chiefs, and red really the only acceptable colour to have here normally for a game.
Penalty, boss, penalty.
Argentina cannot breach. And in there, amongst it all, the captain, the leader, the man who has won more caps than anyone else for Switzerland, Granit Xhaka. Who knows what will be needed across these next 15 minutes, but they are going to have to maintain these levels of bravery.
Well, I think he knows what's needed. It's a lot of running, it's a lot of determination, a lot of blocks, a lot of communication, wasting time when you can, a lot of the ugly stuff.
Otamendi is a half-time change in extra time for Argentina, so that is like for like in the back line with Romero departing. 38 years old now, Otamendi. And so, 15 more. Last team to beat Switzerland in a competitive game was Spain.
15 minutes. 15
in
minutes.
November of 2024. They are a tough nut to crack. That's McAllister landing on the toes of Neuheim.
Each one of these fouls, Switzerland will be happy with, because it can take up to 30 seconds to a minute off the clock. Plus, they get a half chance on a set piece.
And once more, the prominent aerial threats have gone forward. Akanji and Alvedi. And Vidma is in there too. Martinez and Gonzalez trying to keep an eye on Akanji. The free kick is a super one. That was bent in with some purpose from Granit Xhaka there.
Yeah, it's the best service they've had on a set piece today. Horrible one to defend.
But now they are having to assume a position that has been one of regularity for them in the last half an hour or so. Back into their defensive shape once more, Switzerland. This is Messi. And bringing it away is Zeki Amdouni, but he's all on his own. And he's surrounded by players, Amdouni, and he's managed to burst his way through, and he just wants the return pass now, which wasn't good enough from the participating Vidma.
It seems like Yakin has said, if you can have a chance and you feel good, go and join in with Amdouni. We've seen on a couple of occasions now 2 or 3 players going with them.
And like a magnet, the ball lands at Messi's feet. McAllister.
Sorry.
Almada. Gonzalez. Almada for Argentina. Messi. Sandro Martinez. Almada. They're trying to craft something that almost like a thing of beauty here, Argentina.
I think he thought McAllister was going to step forward for a first-time hit.
Batitong.web.id bang, cari aja.
Out of the reach of Lautaro Martinez.
McAllister just wasn't on the same page as Thiago Almada.
Yang mau linknya komen ya.
A really well-defended ball by Lautaro Martinez going back towards your own goal in between the goalkeeper and the attackers.
An intervention from him that was almost as good as the intervention for the winner against Egypt. Jose Manuel Lopez on for Leandro Paredes for Argentina. So that is another striker onto the pitch. It is.
Waduh bang, kalau kamera full nanti kena pelanggaran bang.
Now as full frontal really as Argentina possibly can be in terms of having strikers on the pitch.
No real positions, they're just all across and then let Messi get the ball and try to feed you.
Sorry, nanti akunku kena pelanggaran bang.
Messi for Argentina, caught by Korbel.
Good goalkeeping. That's what you want. You're a defender, you're tired. You just hear that shout from your goalkeeper. You're so happy.
Took him 13 internationals to earn his very first clean sheet, Gregor Korbel.
Yang mau nonton tinggal cari aja di Krum bang, gratis.
He's one of the standout goalkeepers in Europe right now. Brilliant season with Borussia Dortmund in Germany. Shari can't keep it in. Never beaten Argentina before, Switzerland. 8th game between them tonight. And maybe the only way they are going to beat them is via a spot kick situation from here. That's what ultimately Switzerland are playing for. A situation that Argentina do not want. Messi!
Anjay, Messi.
Shoveled away by Korbel. Lautaro Martinez. Julian Alvarez!
Anjing ya leh.
Wow!
Medok cok, Swiss medok.
The quality of a world champion right there from Julian Alvarez.
Aduh.
Just truly remarkable stuff. It started with Lionel Messi and a great save by Colbo. It comes over to Julian Alvarez, and what a way to get your first ever World Cup
Gue kira
goal.
bakal nonton penalti
And
coy.
it's just a magnificent strike. It is going up and over the goal and wide until you see that vicious dip. Colbo is just left helpless. Heartbreak for Switzerland at this moment in time.
Yo yang dukung Argentina komen.
Spellbinding stuff from Julian Alvarez.
Pergi aja ke Krum bang kalau mau live, kalau mau nonton yang full.
His first goal of this World Cup and one that he will never forget.
Di Krum free bang. Mantap
They call him
Argentina.
El Araña, the spider, because of this ability to look like he had multiple legs. I think the goalkeeper, Corbell, could have been a spider with multiple arms there. He wouldn't have stopped it.
Yang mau
Well, that's
nonton
one of
di
the
Krum
strikes I'm afraid that
komen.
From a goalkeeper
Nanti gue
standpoint,
kasih
it's
link
just virtually
gratis.
impossible to save. See, tempers are flaring here before the kickoff.
Well, Lopez is one of those that has been booked, having only just come onto the pitch.
5 menit terakhir nih bang.
And now the Swiss tactics have to change again. Off comes Freuler. This is Ruben Vargas, who was the man to the rescue. His spot kick won it against Colombia in the round of 16.
And you've also seen the Argentinian players. They're talking of who's playing in what positions now. They have virtually 5 strikers on the pitch.
It's a really good point. Who is going to sit in now and try and defend this?
Ya Swiss membawa
And if
bola.
that is to be the winning goal from Alvarez, and if Argentina do go on and win the World Cup again, they will be talking about that goal for decades to come. But we aren't done yet. Attack by Amdouni. This is Widmer for Switzerland, who need to find more heart now. Xhaka. Nicely floated ball. Out comes Martinez. Claims it with authority.
Good goalkeeping. That's a floated ball. You know you're either going to get hit by an attacking player or you're going to have to hit your own player. He chose the latter.
He'd have been wondering, I think, for quite a sizable period of this extra time, Emi Martinez, whether he was going to be needed in a shootout here. And they are having a sweet release now.
Well, McAllister's going to have to come off the pitch. Oh no, because the medicus didn't come out. Sweetest of strikes.
Unstoppable. The aim of Alvarez and the aim for Argentina to go on and win another World Cup.
Wait bang.
Semi-final 4 days from now against England. As it stands, it will be those two in Atlanta. Unless Switzerland can dig deep than perhaps they've ever dug before. And there is little more he can do from here, Murat Yakin.
Yeah, he's really unlucky. He had a brilliant halftime. He came out and his team were magnificent until Embolo was sent off. Truly magnificent.
keluar.
They are the extra time specialists, Argentina. They have done it time and again through the years. Yashari for Switzerland, one of those who is fresh legs and has won them a free kick here.
He has to be careful. Lopez came on. He's already been booked. That could have been a second booking.
Swiss bikin gol nih bang. Swiss.
It wasn't too long ago that he sent in the most beautiful free kick that nearly led to a Switzerland goal. Something similar required here from the Granit Xhaka shelf.
Similar position.
And most in red are committed forward for it from Xhaka off the top of the one-man Argentinian wall, which was Lionel Messi. Seconds plus stoppage time from the ends. Kanji has stayed up there. Switzerland with bodies forward are now open, and it can all be sealed here. It is Messi for Argentina.
Messi.
Lionel Messi. It's a corner off the shins of Xhaka.
Next best thing for Argentina to get a corner. Take some of those precious seconds off the clock. Difficult to waste time now with the new rules in place.
It appears it is going to be the first game of this World Cup that is going to pass by without a Lionel Messi goal in it. Someone else's turn for the headlines tonight. Julian Alvarez, his name, is going to be up in lights tomorrow. I imagine in Buenos Aires and beyond, they will be bouncing right now. Is there any more in the Swiss tank? They have 4 minutes. There is still time for Switzerland. There is still time for the nerves of Argentina to be activated. The 10 men of Switzerland, Yashari, deep ball towards Vidmo, almost took his eye off it right at the end. And it's hurried out of play. It didn't quite cross the line. Xhaka has it again for Switzerland. But he has it taken away from him by Alvarez. And now suddenly Argentina with Almada can seal it. Almada, the save, but the follow-up is in.
Goal.
Lautaro Martinez sends Argentina to the semi-finals.
Goal.
And Switzerland's brave challenge is at its end. Atlanta and England, here come the Albicelesti.
Well, Switzerland were throwing caution to the wind. And when that happens, the likelihood that I was going to end up 2-1 was very low. They were either going to go to 2-2 or this would happen. Very good save by Kobel. Thiago Almada really took off with his jets. Lautaro Martinez with the simplest of finishes. And that does seal it for an England v Argentina semi-final in Atlanta.
Well, he was the talk of the town, Lautaro Martinez, for his sublime ball that won the game against Egypt via Enzo Fernandez's head, and now he has a goal of his own. And this one takes Argentina over the finish line. And tonight it is all about the men that surround Messi rather than the man himself. Well, they haven't had a moment like this, I don't think, really, in the knockout stage so far. Argentina, some minutes to relax, to be at peace with the situation.
Now they've had backs up against the wall and against two much smaller nations, football-wise, than them, where there would have been a lot of criticism if they had been knocked out. I do think they were a little fortunate in this game with the way that it panned out with Mbolo sending off. Switzerland started this second half remarkably well.
And for the first time since the FIFA rankings were introduced back in 1992, we are going to have all of the top four in the pre-tournament rankings in the semi-final of the World Cup. In every single sense, the stars have shone. Argentina's pursuit
Argentina
of greatness goes on.
win.
They will go back to Atlanta, back to the scene of their miraculous escape from the clutches of the Egyptians. And now, just 2 wins from ultimate
Argentina
glory
win,
again.
bos. Akan melawan
The road, as it has been throughout these knockout rounds for Argentina, has been
England,
rough. But again,
Holland.
they have found a way.
Win.
And the embraces will be of joy and of relief that they could finally finish Switzerland off.